Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. My name is What's Up. We'll be watching Gridasham and Ralen Tankir, and we'll be seeing them do a kabuki, which is a casual boots all dungeons key sanity that we'll be seeing on this. And as you see a timer countdown there, we'll be getting off here in a quick second. Like I said, I'm What's Up, and Fishing Boo will be our tracker for today's seed. And because of this being casual kabuki, we do still need to do the escape route, and that can include all the way up into going into Castle Tower to get the keys for that. Alright, and there is our sword upgrade. Right, a heart container. Okay. Okay, Gridasham is going straight to Castle Tower, seeing they got the Massive Sword already, while Ralen Tankir goes to the back, finding a small to ice. There's the small to Hyrule Castle. So Gridasham rightly guessed that you're going to have to go up there to get that key, and taking care of that before we go down the dive. I missed the Ice Palace compass that we got already. Yes, Ralen is definitely in for surprise. And I don't know what it is, but all three kabukis I have commented on have had to go get the key from there. So I think it's just me being bad luck. Yes, Boo Fishing is on the butt. Or Fishing Boo, sorry. I switched the name around on accident. And Raylan just realized they need to go grab their small. Nice. Alright, and there's Raylan small and the big, or the magic fill. Both of them heading towards the sanctuary now. I want to say Raylan's closer, yeah. Alright, made it through the ropes, no problem. Which isn't a shock with boots and two swords already. There's a compass for Eastern. Right here in the back, Ralen's going to find a bug net, 300, and bombs. Nice way to start off, especially right before we head to Kakariko Village. Gonna enjoy having money for the bottle vendor, have money if we need to get more bombs. But I think 3 should be just about enough if I remember correctly. Alright, and last check for a map to Ice Palace. Alright, let's check our bonk rocks. And another 300. So, Zora money doesn't necessarily mean we're going to go over there right now. Not checking the bush crab. Okay. Just bombs there, so most likely not going to need the Aga for any progression. Ooh, hammer. Never gonna say no to that. Gridasham's about to pick that up. Another 100 rubies. We're well on our way to being stacked for cash on this seed. Interesting. Previous seed, the hammer being there as well. Oh, there's some more bombs. Map to Hyrule Castle. Ice rod, so we're not going to be hunting for that today. A heart piece. Just some more money. Another heart piece. The map. Power glove. And another heart piece. 20 bucks from the bottle vendor. Glove for Gridasham. 20 more bucks there. Getting some spin speed there. 50 more bucks. Sham doing some chicken abuse. A key to Castle Tower, so now we can get to Aga. I'm curious if we need to do Aga for Dark World progression. Oh, I know, not yet, but I'm just curious. It's on the table now. Because you still need the lamp, I know, to get through the dark parts. We just pick. Oh, right. No. Yeah, we do need a second key. I was thinking for some reason it was only one. My bad. And a small key to Swamp Palace, the biggest little key in the game. Get a little bit of a divergence here. Okay. Arrows, heart container, small to pod, small to turtle rock, 50, and a compass to Skull Woods. I haven't seen anyone go up on the mountain for Paradox Cave. Mirror? Nice. Yeah, Agina. Thank you for catching that. I wasn't on the location there, Starman. Thank you for the assist. And Berna on Floating Island. Ruby and a map Tower of Hera. Just small to pod for him, small TR. The 50 arrows on the ledge, we're not worried about that. Alright, Scamfish, what do you have for us today? Bomb, so scam as usual. And there's the mirror for grid. Meyer green pendant. Interesting. Art piece. Shield, and there's the lamp. So the second item in Castle Tower is now available. Okay. I was thinking, yeah. Alright, let's go rescue the old man there. So, where's Grid going now? So you gonna go check the hobo? 10 arrows from the old man. The hobo has a compass for us. Let's go ahead and grab our mitts. Accidentally get in touch, so we have to listen to him. We're finding out about Meyer being the green pendant. There's a big 2 pod. Half magic. Just money on the floating island. Here we go for Spiral Cave. Grid's gonna grab his mitts here. There's 300 more. Can we find a moon pearl up here? Compass and a heart piece. Money, moon pearl. Now we can connect to the dark side of Death Mountain now. Money, compass to thieves, and green goo. I believe this is a fairy if I'm not just heal. And bombs. Bombs are important. Okay, a key to ice and a red goo. So we're definitely got nice potions so far, that we would prefer the blue goo over those two. Are we gonna hover this? Or are we just gonna hit the first? This one is technically in logic, the rest of it not so much. Nope, just grabbing that. Okay, what do we need for Turtle Rock? Bombos. There's the Moon Pearl and bottle for Grid. Ralen. Gonna go check King's Tomb. And just bombs. Grid finding out they need bombos for Turtle Rock. Raylan heading into village of Outcast. Okay. So Raylan went up to the back of Skull Woods, makes sense. Quick check. Okay, both of them staying in logic on Hookshot Cave, 50 in the back of Skull. Let's go grab this key. Ooh, flippers. Now that puts all of our Zora checks in logic. Another 300. Definitely have enough cash for this seed. Okay, let's go see what's on Bumper Ledge. Nothing of use. Yeah, hookless swamp entrance is a thing. I don't know if you want to make that dive right now, though. Map to desert. Grid about to grab their flippers. More money. Didn't we know what to do with at this point in time? The Air of Destiny. And we're done with Thieves Town for now. Wait, there's another arrow. And a 20. I'm gonna check Sick Kid really quick while we're in the neighborhood. Is there anything of interest? Nope, just a heart piece. Chicken Hut, or sorry, brewery for a heart piece. $10 for a small 2 TR. Just small for pod for grid. Let's go grab our buddy and return him. Do some hammer pegs as well. There's a small 2 TR. Alright, little frog buddy, time to go home. Bombos. We can get into Turtle Rock now. Can do Ice Palace as well. Granted, would probably need some keys for that. Aside from the one that we have. K45 incoming with Stumpy. I said we could open Turtle Rock. I didn't say we could dive it. Our blue mail upgrade. Grid turning in their bottle. Stumpy not giving us anything. Okay, let's see what a purple chest brings us today. Just a piece of heart. No interesting so far. Okay, incoming. Hype cave. Let's see if it's actually hype or if it's tripe. A single ruby so far. 10 arrows, 20 rubies, a piece of heart, and a big 2 ice palace. Whopping TR, if I saw that correctly, for 5-6. That's what our tracker put down as well, so we saw that correctly. And compass to Turtle Rock. And there's Arcane of Burna. Did Ralen already check Hope or no? I don't remember. But we're going to do an Ice Palace dip. We've got the big key, we've got a small. We know Ice Palace is a crystal now. Right, thank you. Alright, there's a big Demire. It's weird seeing this done the old way without an icebreaker thrown in there, but since we don't have Samaria, it's not possible. Okay. There's a big key to GT. Guess our gassing game's over. Oh, that's it. No more dip in there. Understood. Looks like Grid's gonna be joining us over here in Ice Palace. Gonna grab... Nope, we're not grabbing Burna first. We're just gonna go on There's a small mire. There's our red mail. For a Dark Samus, if I'm correct on that sprite. There's our tempered sword. Oh, sorry, it's the gravity suit. I'm not as well versed in the lore of those, so my bad. Or the suits, not the lore. There was a pod, small. There's a piece of heart. I haven't seen anything interesting come out of Ice Palace. Well, no, I take that back. We did get a tempered sword here. Okay, here comes our cold stare fight. Too bad we don't have anything to help with the the fire rod. That's the word I was looking for. Putting the burner to use makes sense. 2 puffs down. All 3 puffs down for Ralen. And there is our first dungeon complete. There's a small mire. First crystal. Off we are on the dungeon clearings. So is this going to be a Tower of Hera play? Oh, we're doing Spike Cave. Interesting. Escape and swamp. So that's been our only divergence between the runners is swamp. I must have missed that while I was calling Ralen, picking stuff up. Alright, Kiki's been paid, door's been open. Grid is going for a cold stare kill. Just a piece of heart so far in pod. Ooh. Hopefully we got a fairy. Oh, nope. And we're quitting, so we're not even going to retry it again. Okay. Off to the next place. Small GT. I missed a pickup on Ralen's side. Bottle glitch. Time to goodbye. And into the... Okay, there's a small mire. We're collecting a couple of those so far. There's a big Tahara. Just a arrow on pyramid. My Grid's gonna go check out what that second item is. There's a second small castle tower. Powder, and I saw that was just nothing on Grid's check that I saw. Just more cash. Heart container. And a mushroom for more fetch quests. I have 2 fetch quests so far. Powder and mushroom. Alright, there's a campus GT, not very useful. We know where all the bosses are. There's the mimic clip for Grid. We got a big key to Desert for Ralen. Bombs. And just money there. Nothing interesting in Eastern. Alright, is Ralen gonna go ahead and do his castle tower climb? There's the powder for Grid. Hammer jump successful. And it was just a hard piece in there, so nothing of interest in Castle Tower other than we needed to complete it. Well, I take that back. We did need that key early in the escape. Getting everything taken care of through here. Next stop, Aga 1. There's big for Desert for Grid. Alright. How many blue balls do we have today? Or is this one that doesn't have that? I don't remember. If Kabuki has blue balls or not. Well, I don't think there is in this mode. Nope, looks like we don't have blue balls in this mode. Alright. Okay, that's what I thought, but I couldn't remember if all dungeons removed that. I know I thought Kabuki had, but thank you for letting me know the difference. It's all dungeons has that. Grabbing the blue goo while we're here, not worrying about the mushroom turn-in, because we got plenty of money. There's a small two thieves. And here's grids, small for thieves as well. Well, we can go upstairs and Hera because we had the big. So, what kind of interesting things are going to be found here? Looks like we're not doing any of the shortcuts and dungeons so far today. Alright, what does our magic bat friend have for us today? Bomb. Bomb. Batman has... Well, there's a small for pot on that side. 10 bombs. Not as exciting as it would have been earlier in the game. There's a small to GT. Okay, here we go for a mold worm kill. And mold worm down for dungeon number 2 complete. And it's going to be our first pendant dungeon for blue pendant. So where is Ralen gonna go to now? Is he gonna dip into swamp? We're going into swamp for the second time in this race. First time for Ralen. There's where the cape was. Yep, we missed it when Grid went in there. There's the big to GT for him. This was that hookless swamp someone was talking about earlier. He only did 2 dives or 2 checks when he dove swamp earlier. I don't believe he had a small key yet. Bald worm trolling today. Ooh, flute. Well, that's interesting. Time to go activate it. There we go. Grid has got a mold worm down. First dungeon for them. Yeah, no, it was... I'm pretty sure it was just the first 2 checks in Swamp, and then they noped out to go into Ice Palace. Alright, now we have our way to go check Desert Mire area. We're going to check Magic Bat here. Find out it's nothing of use. Okay, looks like Gerda is going into... or back into Swamp. Okay, off to Mire we go. Is it a double Bombos kind of day, or do we need something else? Bombos it is. Skull Woods map. Let's go finish Desert since we had the big to finish. Alright, incoming fight with landmine. Are we going to use our sword or are we going to use ice rod? Ice rod it is. There is the flute for Grida. We're going to go to left side swamp as well. Interesting. Are you able to? Yeah, there's a key here. That's right. Alright, front side desert. Let's see if anything's here. Okay, as we've done past the hour mark. Oh, there's a big turtle rock. Since we've passed the hour mark, make sure you go ahead and give both of our runners that are putting on the excellent entertainment for us today some love, because it takes some nerve to go ahead and do this in front of everyone. Show them some love, everyone. Got some bombs in desert. Okay. Nothing so far. But we still have one more drop down to do. Nothing in Checkerboard Cave. Checking Agina. We know there's nothing there. Nothing on left side swamp. So Ralen did a good choice on abandoning it. Okay. Are we going into Mire? We've got 3 keys and the big, so we can look around in there. We can't finish it since we don't have Samaria. Okay, here we go with our dip into Mire as Grida begins their walk around the Mire area. $20, nothing so far. Alright, both cutscenes happening at the same time. There's only one other cutscene that's in the game, and that's in East Earth Pod. Big key to swamp was interesting. $300. Skullwood small. There's the TR big for Grida. Desert small. Now we can check the right side of desert. Not that anyone really wants to do that right now. It's kind of an isolated spot, or an orphan spot at this point. For both runners now. There's a fire shield, and we are done with Meyer for now. Okay, what kind of fun? Our shovel. Okay. We have found all of our fetch quests so far this game. None of them have turned out to be anything. Can this be a change? A small 2 pod. Where is our progression? Are we going to Skull Woods? Ooh, we're gonna go hit Graveyard Ledge. Okay, so is our swamp big holding our progression? There's a swamp big for Gridasham. Money. And the final key here, or chest, I should say, which is a key to Skull Woods. Oh, right, I forgot this chest. And that's the small to desert palace. There's our vanilla hook shot. Is this even randomized? And here we go for left side swamp for Ralen. Someone was calling out that swamp big being suspect. Looks like they were on par with it. Alright, it's gonna go a little bit quicker for Ralen through here, but still, we know that it is not anything of interest on the side. But since we've picked up hook shot, we can go ahead and finish. There's the cash, and here's the health. They were down for 50 and 10 arrows. A small 2 GT. Alright, time to take us down Argus. Did not get the or the 0 cycle. But gets that on first try for our fourth dungeon. Third crystal. Okay. Now that we've got our hook shot, let's go finish up Dark Death Mountain, I guess. Alright, here goes Gridasham to take on their Argus and get their third dungeon. And Argus down for Gridasham and the bombs and a crystal. Just in time for us to peek out what's in Hookshot Cave. Fire Rod. Skullwoods is now doable. GT Small. And some arrows. Here we go to finish off Skullwoods. What kind of fun does it have left for us since we have 2 more checks there? There's Bridge Chest, and then if Mothula is holding. There's the Fire Rod GT Small and junk there. Yeah, that was the Cane of Samaria we just found there in Skullwoods. So now that puts Meyer, Total Rock in play. Ooh, true. Green pendant for Misery Meyer. There goes Mothula for some bombs and another crystal. Okay, what are we doing? I'd say we drew Meyer first, but that's my guess. Okay, Gridasham is about to find their Cane of Samaria, which is gonna open up 2 dungeons to them. Okay, here is the Mothula fight. And Mothula down. Just in time for us to go look over here to see Ralen heading straight back. Take on Biddy. Ooh, I did not realize we got... Oh no, we didn't set up that. So we have to go... No spooky action today. We're going back into Ice Palace. Did he not have the big key when he first came in here? Alright, Meyer down. 4 bombs and a green pendant, which is a very quick turn in with our flute. Okay, here we go to Turtle Rock then. Makes sense. Wait until you go back to Eastern to turn it in. Oh, right, I forgot we didn't complete Ice Palace the first time through. Go on a lot smoother this time for him. And there we go for Cold Stare down. Ice Palace avenged. Rubies, heart piece. So far, nothing in the front of Turtle Rock, but there's still plenty to check in the back. Oof. Chain Chomps did not want to play today. Just for 20. Okay, since we have these keys, we're just going to go ahead and not worry about the lava chest. Makes complete sense. What does Mimic Cave have for us, though? Is that going to be anything of interest, or no? Red view used on Gridasham side. And Vitreous down. And Mire complete for them. And a green pendant as well. Oh, it looks like we're going to go back and grab lava chest, so if a foe was on it, we're going to be able to grab it. Oh no, we're just grabbing the key. Gotcha. There's a small skull woods. No longer needed since we're done with that. Well, the race is going fairly well. It seems Ralen has got a fairly decent lead. Only real big difference is Gridasham did not finish Ice Palace the first time through. That's really about it. And a small key for Turtle Rock. So that puts Lava Chest in play. No, he didn't complete the dungeon on his first time through, so he had to go back and finish Cold Stare. Yes, the chain chomps in the Turtle Rock room are original to that room. There is Trinex down. What kind of goodies do you got? Big key to Skull Woods. Where's our Eastern and Thieves Bigs? That Skull Woods big check is fairly quick to do. Looks like that's what... Nope, we're not. Do we have Pyramid Fairy unlocked? Skullwoods, Swamp House? Yes, we do. Okay, Grid is skipping Lava Chest as well. I get it more for Gridasham to skip it, given they feel behind. There's our key, our Thieves Big, and our bow. Okay, that's fair. They get the four. Yeah, they don't know that it's later in the dungeon. That's fair. Okay, time to do the back of Thieves Town and complete this for today. I mean, getting back all the way to the lava chest after beating Trinex is a bit of a haul just for one check. And there's the final small key. Gridash's going back and getting the lava chest. Interesting. We already know where our bow is, so it's not going to be a big issue, but it could help them with silvers. Ooh, if it is Eastern Palace Big and Lava, that would be... Well, after dying to Cold Stare, not doing it the first time around, I would feel behind as well. So it's valid to feel behind if you're Gridasham. Fortunately, it didn't pay off. Okay, so does Blind have Eastern Big? Or is that the green turn-in that will have it? Then again, it could be on Helmsaur as well. So we can do that. Blind down. small key to pod. So that's all of our pod keys. We have not seen Green Pendant turn in yet. I think that's going to happen right here. Here we go for Gridasham to finish their Trinex fight. There we go. Trinex down. Turtle Rock down. Green Pendant turn in on our other side for a blue bottle. That's a nice little health. Was that bottle percent? It was. Alright, now we have Ralen Tankir in the lead. And it's a fairly sizable lead given Gridasham died to Cold Stare their first turn through. And that's really the only difference. There's going to be the bow and thieves big for Gridasham. Yeah, that is true, given that Eastern Palace is a pendant. It could be and Ganon's Tower, which would not be fun to be looking through Ganon's Tower for our Eastern big. But if we do, then I guess we do have a big key guessing game for GT. Let's make sure it's not on Helma first. Helm Sword to the Time of Truth. Do you have the item or not? No, you do not. So we do have a guessing game after all. So what you're saying, Lucius, is we're going to find the book of Medora and GT, and it's going to be on one of the tablets. That's gross. Oh, someone just reminded the Harris Small, their basement hasn't been checked. I think we just picked that. Yeah, we picked that key up. We do have a guessing game going on since we're looking for the Eastern Palace big key. It could be in GT, it could be out of GT in the overworld. Still, since we have both tablets to check. So, If you feel like it, get your guesses in. We've got a few so far. Alright, there we go. Opening up Ganon's tower. One, two. Skipping tile room. Makes sense right now. They are both using the original MSUs. It is a high quality. We'll link to the past. There's our Eastern Big, and we're out. I forgot the count because I got caught talking. Thank you, one for the money. It was check number 6. I don't know if we had anyone that low. Well, Lucius went 2, then they went to 25, so we do not have a winner today. Hey, that's the fun thing about having the guessing game. No matter what you guess, you'll always be right. Okay, Gridasham is checking the basement. Making it confidently through our lower section of this. Okay, not gonna lie, he kinda looks like the Doom guy at times. Samus does. I know it's Samus, but some of those looks like the Doom guy. Especially from the head on. Okay, given we found the Eastern Palace big key so quickly, I have a feeling we're never seeing the silvers. And World War II is down. Chest for 10 arrows. Okay. Geometry lesson for today. Two-thirds got went through, 2 more. One and 1. There we go for Ganon's Tower. Just need to go clear Eastern really quick. Then we'll be back to roast us a pig. This looks nice when you're running through there with spin speed. Well, definitely get your pork orders in before we get him roasted, because once he's roasted, it's all hard to divvy up what you want. Oh no, we seem to have lost Gridasham. Hopefully they'll come back here. And it's just a lag spike. Okay, that's notification. Gridasham has decided to forfeit. I'm curious of why they decided to before we have a finish, but there might be a reason for it. Wonder if they were just feeling that far behind, or I'm kind of curious. There we go, Eastern Palace down, red pendant collected, off to slay us a pig. Yeah, that could be very true, just closing OBS and it would do that. That is very true. I was wondering why we went to Meyer. Right, our pork orders are about to be ready. So go ahead and get the last in. As of, I believe, this tournament, we no longer do a string delay on tournaments. Okay, so Overworld or GT, where do y'all think Silvers were? They were in GT. It's an all dungeon seed. You have to complete all of them before going to Ganon. That's why we hit up Eastern. There we go. Ganon down. Get your GGs in for Ralen Tankir. And as long as we don't have a fall, we'll have an official finish here. And the final boss has been completed. Ralen Tankir finishes with the 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 48 seconds official times. Make sure your GGs are in chat, everyone. Don't forget to give these runners a follow for providing us with all of our entertainment this evening. Both Gridasham and Ralen Tankir have both provided and executed very well. Unfortunately, Gridasham didn't finish. I think we may have Ralen in here shortly. There we go. I am joined at this time with our winner, Ralen Tankir. GG's.
GG.
How about that Eastern Palace big key?
I mean, that one was kind of expected at that point. So, I mean, in all dungeons, there's always a chance that pendant or required items for pendant dungeons can be in GT. That's nothing new.
Yep.
Had a string of seeds where that wasn't the case, but like, yeah. For an 80 keys, not too unusual, honestly.
Yep. And then there was also having to go grab a castle tower key out of, or the escape key out of Castle Tower.
Yeah, that's a funny one that the Doors branch is allowing that you are usually not encountering in the other branch, the Vitor branch, where that's absolutely not possible. But like the moment the uncle had a sword leaving the house, I kind of knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah, that's always a possibility. Once you find the ability to break that barrier, I can see that be it on your mind the entire time. For the most part, you two were neck and neck up to Cold Stare, and then Gridasham Paris to the first time of Cold Stare and didn't decide to finish at that time. And that's pretty much where the division happened up until they decided to forfeit. So
yeah, I mean, I was not that eager to go into ice, and then I found the big key, and suddenly most of the dungeon was actually in logic. So I kind of had to go in there, and it paid off with the tempered. Like grabbing the burner before that just for safety was also a big point. having half magic, that's so much safety that you have fortified. Like, I was not worried at all. I still had a potion. Getting to blue mail and then to red mail, it just paid off massively going into ice at that point.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know. Yeah, if you die in there, yeah, that's basically sets the tone for the rest of the seed, because like there is not really much that you can do to catch up once you fall behind, because there's no way you're not last locating that hookshot in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Like there's option to go into swamp early. The seed kind of gave you relatively early swamp small key, hammer, flippers, mirror. That's always a thing where you kind of have to think about it.
Well, it's ironic you say that, because your opponent did do that, but they only did the first 2 checks and then dipped to ice. So
Yeah.
they almost went into Ice Palace with a hook shot.
Well, they would have had to do Maya first before that, because you're not getting that swamp big key without the flute.
Yeah.
So, like, even if you go into swamp, even if you grab the flute, then you have to go into Maya without Kane.
Yeah.
So that's also something that might deter you. And even if you then find the swamp big key, are you really going for just the swamp big chest back without hook when you have other stuff to do? Like, there's no way you get a hook shot before anything else with any sense of routing. Like,
that makes sense.
That was just absolutely mean. I mean, if you can hover and can hover hookshot cave the first time you're up there, getting a fire or makes the seat quite a bit nicer, because you then are able to get the cane before you have to dip swamp, before you have to dip ice, before you have to go into mire. So it somewhat helps, and by quite a lot. That's like at least 3, 4, 5 minutes you are saving right then and there. But yeah, if you cannot hover, this seat is not fun to play from a routing perspective.
Yeah, it was fairly linear. You guys were, like I said, fairly right there neck and neck, except for the deviation. They went to Swamp Palace before hitting ice, while you just went straight ice. And then, of course, the cold stare death and ice. That was the only really big deviation, which gave you a fairly sizable lead at that point in time. But everything just seemed to be fairly linear. One thing led to the next, and then a little bit of garbage, and then some more progression, and then led you to your next dungeon.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, at the end, at the point, my hookshot was a hard last location. There was no other check open at the time, and even that hookshot only gave me then back of swamp, hookshot cave for the fire rod, which gave me exactly 1 check in logic in Skull Woods, which then with the cane opened up a bit more with TR. But like, by the time you get to swamp, you have cleared like 2/3 of the game anyway. So like, whatever you find is gonna be just like a linear string from there out, because there's just nothing else left. Like,
that's very true.
The only checks I skipped were the Pot Vanilla Big Key chest, the Skullwood's big chest, and yeah, then and the Turtle Rock Big Key chest, the lava chest. Like, those 3 checks were reasonably skippable. And yeah, everything else was that just in GT basically. Like, I did check the green pendant, which you could have skipped technically. You could have skipped some of the things in Thieves Town, banking on the Eastern Palace Biggie being in GT, but like, that were like the only things, and those checks are close enough to where you go that you might want to do them anyway.
Yeah, that's very true.
Also, a point I did not know before entering pot for the boss call, that it was a crystal. I kind of assumed it after getting the last key on blind, but I didn't know it. I could have checked the map, but yeah, without having that knowledge that Port was a guaranteed crystal, it was safer for me to just do the checks in case Eastern was the crystal and they needed to find the big key before going into GT.
That makes total sense. Prioritize that information that you have. Okay. Well, was there anything else you'd like to say before we head out?
No, just thanks for commentary for the tracking. I know how much work goes into that, so it's always appreciated that people do this in their free time. Yeah. Otherwise, excited for the next race, Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern.
Alright. Oh, like you said, I want to go ahead and thank everyone for watching us. While Ralen, Tankir, and Gridasham provided us the entertainment today. Very much thankful for that and all that. Again, thank you for Fishing Boo for tracking for us to keep me honest. And everyone, I want to thank you for being here and supporting us. Always couldn't do this without you. I've been What's Up. Thank you for being here with us today. We do have another race scheduled here on SpeedGaming at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I want to give everyone a happy Veterans Day or Armistice Days, whichever one you guys celebrate. And we'll see you next randomizer.